Okay, everybody. We're going to summarize my takes and approach for the Truck Series tonight. We're going to do one for the Truck Series. We're going to do one for the Infinity tomorrow, and we're going to do one for the Cup Series on Sunday. Um, so, for those of you that did not see my full breakdown with Brandon Cruz, I encourage you to check out Bobby's YouTube channel and check that out. Because I did kind of discuss my approach and I bounced it off of Brandon about how I want to construct for this particular race. In addition to that, I've absorbed a lot of content from a lot of sources. I've ran stuff through my optimizers and my and SaberSim and different things that account for ownership. And I kind of have my player pool and exposures kind of set. But I want to just kind of go over what I did, conceptually, and this is what, again, teach a guy to fish, teach a guy to give the guy a fish, that whole thing. So even if you don't play this week, or if you play something different, I think this is the way that I was going to approach this. So remember, we talked about there were two different components. This is my theory about how to get this done in this race. You want to find guys that can lead laps before Kyle Busch comes and sweeps by and dominates the race, right? So that was the first thing, is to find guys that can lead laps before Busch does that. And it seemed as though the logical thing to do was to take Sheldon Creed, because, for all the reasons why you're supposed to take Sheldon Creed, or probably the fastest car in the top 10. And, him taking the lead early, leading as many laps as possible until Busch can take over, is certainly logical, and yet it is so logical that I feel as though that's what everybody's going to do. So what I decided is that there was going to be two different routes of most of my builds. Half my builds was just basically just putting my projections in and letting the optimizers come up with good upside lineups, accounting for ownership fades. But my hand-built lineups, I think, are the most interesting, because what they're doing is either playing somebody other than Creed out of the top, 10 or 11, along with Busch, or playing Creed with someone other than Busch coming from the back. Okay. If you really wanted to go double fade, you'll play neither Busch nor Creed. And I probably should do a little bit of that too, but for now I don't have that. So let me get a review again, like the guys you could choose from, like in the front. It's up to you, but I mean, Creed, Friesen, this is the guys, and Nemechek. These are like the main guys that I kind of was focusing in on. And then there was a little bit of Eckes and Sauter. So what I was going to do is either one of those, but not Creed, hopefully, was going to be in every lineup, right? And those guys are probably going to be paired with Busch. And if I was going to play Creed, then I was going to pair him with the higher price place differential alternatives to Busch, that being Austin Hill, Zane Smith, or Parker Kligerman. Okay. So in general, that's the way I got a little bit different right off the bat. Is that enough different? Maybe not, but that's at least a step in the right direction. Then the other main guys I'm kind of on, I mean, Connor Daly, Ryan Truex, Brett Holmes, Tyler Hill. These are kind of like good values that kind of fill out the rest of the lineups. Chandler Smith's also another guy that you could play in that top group. And then, Tanner Gray is kind of okay. And things like that. So that is the way that I'm approaching it. And I think that it's a smart way to approach it. Again, like without getting into like what pick is better than the other, it doesn't really matter. It's freaking NASCAR. Anything's possible. But I think that in NASCAR, when you only have 35, 40 guys to choose from, you have to at least make some construction decisions that will differentiate you, that also make some sense with respect to what can actually happen in the race. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking one dominator aside from Creed, and then I could pair that with Busch. I'm going to take Creed and pair him with the non-Busch place differential studs, right? and then use the main, Haley Deegan, Ryan Truex, Connor Daly, Brett Holmes, that whole crew to fill out the rest of the handbills. And again, this is as short as it is because I spent like hours and hours, spent a long time doing this in preparation for this. So if you want a little more in-depth detail, go to the video with me and Brandon from a couple of days ago. Otherwise, this is my overall take and how I'm going to approach tonight's slate.